So I came across this article this morning about Russia's moon base plans could lead to Moscow mining the asteroid belt. So what they're talking about is the head of the Russian space agency was talking about building a robotic lunar base. So he send up payloads and robotic what he calls avatars, which would be probably remote control. Robots of some sort, and building a base there. And this article is talking about how that would be the first step to mining the asteroid belt. And this is kind of a staple of sci-fi, which I think is really critical, actually. So I haven't seen any actual numbers or surveys or anything, but the supposition is that the asteroids are nebular material that's condensed and maybe was a planet at one point, maybe got broken apart, maybe never quite made it, but has all the same ingredients that goes into the other planets as far as elements and compounds and what have you. So the asteroids are going to be mostly rock or ice or something, but also should have pretty decent concentrations of various metals and minerals and whatever else. We might find some other exotic stuff formed under different kinds of conditions than we see here on Earth. But this is the first kind of steps into having an actual space traveling society. So it's like I said, it's a staple of sci-fi. You have asteroid belts and other things for mining resources because they're, aside from the distance, mining them should be much easier in terms of getting the materials to other manufacturing. And then you have some sort of orbital manufacturing facility where you put together spaceships because putting a spaceship together on the ground, then you have to launch it, right? And that's a huge energy expenditure. But if you started in space and ended in space, there's a lot of capacity that you can avoid having to build. So you can build much bigger spaceships that are just never designed to go into any kind of deep gravity well. And so this is actually kind of important. As trivial as fictiony, science fictiony it might sound, these are important steps. And obviously, I'm not a Russian, so while I say Russians go for it and Chinese go for it, I think everybody should go for it, and everybody should start tapping into those solar resources. One thing that's kind of interesting is that one of those assumptions that's made is that what we call precious metals will be much more easily obtainable in the asteroid belt. So gold, silver, platinum, rubidium, those kinds of things. If let's say somebody finds a huge deposit of platinum, and it's easy to mine and it's easy to bring back, well then supply of platinum increases, and laws of supply and demand. Supply goes up, demand goes down, price goes down, and given a constant demand. So it'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. And given that we went to the moon starting in 1969, I think we are actually way behind on developing this kind of technology. So cheers to advancing the human race.